they get scared of that. Because we're already genetically stronger than them, right? But guess what? Our strength don't mean nothing if we hate each other. They're like, okay, well, yeah, you are stronger than me, but you too busy fighting your own brother. I ain't got nothing to worry about. Exactly. But once you know who you are and you know you're a son of God, you're going to see him as a son of God. You're going to conduct yourselves, what? As godly men. Right. And they're going to be afraid of that. You understand what I'm saying? Can you imagine going to the courthouse and you trying to fight a murder charge, right? And the judge is judging you smoking weed when you're about to get up. Would that look right? You're gonna be like, oh hell no, this dude's smoking weed and I'm about to get charged for murder. You'll never see the judge like that, right? You ever see the judge with a fifth of Hennessy as he's judging the people? No. When you see that man come up, you're like, damn, man, I hope everything come out right. Right or wrong. Because why? He represents what? Judgment. So when we judging, we're not supposed to have that mindset. The sister over here giving her opinion, but she high as hell. Sis, you high. You high. You got to humble down and just be sober. Come back again when you're not high. Because I know if I'm high as hell back in the day, I couldn't be able to take this in. I'd be like, yo, what the hell y'all talking about? I'm high as hell right now. That's why we got to come back to the laws of God. We have to change our minds. Read. Hosea 4:6. Watch.
The book of Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
You see how God get down? You know what he's basically saying? You don't want to roll with me? I ain't rolling with you.
You think that's suspicious?
You see? He know about it too. You know why he got brought down? Because he started talking about who the Israelites are.
Right.
Look at Kendrick Lamar. He put in a lyric, don't call me black no more. I'm an Israelite. You see, he dumbed down. He was quiet after that. He could say the word nigga all throughout the song. But that word Israelite, bro, in some tracks they had to remove that word. Because you know why? A lot of y'all gonna look at his teaching, right? And y'all gonna be like, okay, these brothers, I feel what y'all talking about. But when you see someone like Kanye, like Kyrie Irving, right? When you see high celebrities start talking about it, then you're gonna say, damn, I remember those brothers on the corner. They were saying that. You didn't see what we did at the Barclays Center? You ain't see us in Brooklyn? You ain't see us in Brooklyn, brother? We was like 1,000 deep. We was 1,000 deep representing Kyrie. Because you know why? We're not gonna let our brothers be treated like that. All he said he was an Israelite. What's wrong with that? Ain't nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with saying you a son of God? Why you gotta suspend that brother? Because you know why? They don't want us to know who we are. Right. And I'm gonna show you that. Go to Jude 5. I'm gonna show you something, brother. I'm gonna show you that these heathens, he has that store open for a reason. As long as he has that store open on the Sabbath day, and y'all buying, he knows we don't have no power with God. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you in the scripture how the heathens, they've always been watching us. There's a book called Willie Lynch. They have a book on how to keep a Negro loyal for hundreds of years. How do you train us to what? Be against each other, but be loyal to the white man. Because that's how we move right now. That's how we act. The brother right here, he was teaching the brother over there, and the brother got so aggressive with the brother. Bro, that's your brother. Why would you get so emotional with your brother that's trying to tell you you look like God? Like, damn, you get offended because the brother, would you get offended if somebody tell you like the son of God?
I'm just gonna listen because I can't get offended about something that somebody telling me.
Right, especially if it's to uplift you.
Yeah.
Bro, we've been so used to being talked down. When a brother's trying to uplift you, right, our brothers get offended. But you know why? Because we destroy for the lack of knowledge. But go to Jude 5, read. Yep, watch this.
This is the book of Jude, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and governor.
So there was a heathen talking to a governor, right? He's talking to another leader.
If there be any error in these people.
So he's saying, look, if these people right here you see on the sign, if they not doing what this Bible say, he's saying if they not doing what the scriptures say, watch this.
And they sin against their God.
Bro, when our people out here smoking weed, you are sinning against your God.
That's right.
That's why we lose power. The Lord ain't gonna be dealing with us if we not dealing right with him. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard that expression, deal right with me, I'll deal right with you? How the Lord gonna deal right with you when you ain't dealing right with him? It doesn't make sense. Watch.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
You see that? The Lord says when we in the midst of sin, brother, he said it's our ruin. It ruins us. Because like I told you, I said, bro, how do you believe in God? You was like, I walk, you know, in the faith. But can you honestly explain what that means? Exactly. And I appreciate your honesty. Because a lot of our people will say things and they'll be right on and they don't want to buzz. They'll be prideful. Now I know what I'm talking about. At least you're being honest, brother. At least you're being honest. What's up, bro? I got you too. Keep going.
And let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
So he's saying, look, if we could get them in the midst of sin, if we could have them getting drunk, getting high, buying on the Sabbath, yo, we can overtake them. They have no strength. But watch this. But, he said, but I know something else about these people that's on that sign.
If there be no iniquity in their nation.
So he said, if they're keeping the commandments, if they're doing what the Bible say,
let my Lord now pass by.
Keep it moving. He's like, yo, leave them alone. They a problem. He said, when they start calling themselves Israelites and they start keeping the commandments, these people are a problem. They start to get scared. I'm going to tell you right now. You know what they're scared about? They're not scared when you see us boxing and punching each other in the face. We out here slap boxing. They're not afraid of that. When you trying to rob your own brother, they're not afraid of that. You know what they're afraid of? When they see men in order, looking disciplined, and we have children and we marrying our women.
That's right.
They're scared of that. Because you know why? When our people are in order, they get scared of that. Because we're already genetically stronger than them, right? But guess what? Our strength don't mean nothing if we hate each other. They're like, okay, well, yeah, you are stronger than me, but you too busy fighting your own brother. I ain't got nothing to worry about. Exactly. But once you know who you are and you know you're a son of God, you're going to see him as a son of God. You're going to conduct yourselves, what? As godly men.
Right.
And they're going to be afraid of that. You understand what I'm saying? So let's go into the description of Christ. Go to that Revelations. Go to Revelations 1 and 10. I'm going to show you something. Because I'm going to tell you this, brother. Hold on. Let's go over here real quick. This image right here, you see this in the movies, right? Who don't see this in the movies? You see the movie, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, when our people saw this man crucified, our people cried. Our people got emotional to see the white man in pain, right? Keep it real. When people see Passion of the Christ, people get a little emotional. Yeah, but did you get emotional with Emmett Till?
Yeah.
Did you get emotional when they beat the hell out of that brother? 14-year-old? Did that piss you off? You know what I'm saying? We'll watch Wakanda. Oh yeah, we'll watch the Wakanda movie. We'll definitely watch. You seen Wakanda? You seen Wakanda before? You like that movie Wakanda, right? You seen 12 Years a Slave? So you think more of our people will saw Wakanda? Of course. Black Adam. You seen the Emmett Till movie? You seen that Emmett Till movie? How'd that make you feel?
I mean, like, it made me feel bad. Cause they say he whistled at a woman. And
Right.
He didn't even whistle.
He didn't even whistle at
He
her.
didn't even do nothing to her. He just looked at her.
He didn't do nothing to her. Ain't that something?
Yeah, like back in the day, the white people could just go to your house and grab you out of there and beat you. Like, nah, I ain't like this.
You see that? But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Even though during them times it was wrong, but our people were more united.
Yeah.
Because at least they knew, don't go to that town. But now everything's dumbed down. We think of them as our friend. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they cool. You know, some of them are cool. No. None of them are cool. Because once you tell them you're an Israelite, they're like, what that mean? What you mean you're an Israelite? Well, the Lord said that you're going in captivity. And the Lord said, if I keep the commandments, I'm going to rule over you. Why would he want to be your friend? Why would he want to be your friend? He ain't going to want to be your friend. But let's go to the description of Christ. Go ahead, Revelation 1 and 10.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 10. I was in the spirit on the Lord's day, and heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet.
So John, he said he heard a voice. So if somebody calling your name from behind you, what you naturally going to do? Turn around. You're like, who's that? So John turns around because he heard a voice like a trumpet
saying, I am Alpha and Omega.
So this person, he said, I am the beginning and the end. I'm Alpha and Omega. Watch.
The first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book.
He told John, what you see in your eyes, write it down. Write down what I'm going to show you and what you see.
And send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia. Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So John is looking at the head, and he said his hairs on his head is white and woolly in texture. Who has woolly texture hair? What was that? There you go. They call it now what? Nappy, coarse, curly, tight curled, woolly. If you look at the old definition of woolly, it says hair belonging to Negroes.
Right.
So John is looking at the Son of God, and the Son of God has hair like a black man. Yeah, so how you feel about that?
So where did he come from then?
This image?
Yeah.
Oh, we got you. We're going to get to that. But watch this. We got you. Go ahead.
As white as snow.
So his hair was white as snow. White as snow. Go ahead.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Because our people, when, you know, Christ drunk wine. When you drink wine, the whiteness in your eyes gets a little red. Right? Watch.
And his feet.
He looked at his feet. So now he's looking at him, and now he's looking at his feet.
As you were. Like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
If you don't know what color brass is a derivative of brown. It's like bronze. So when you burn bronze, what color it turn? When you burn it, it get darker. So Christ was like Wesley Snipes complex. He was a very dark-skinned man. So you got to say to yourself this: who the hell is this? Who that?
It's just an image they made up.
Why? Well, we're gonna find out who made that. Give me that first Maccabees. We're gonna show you who it is. What's that? 348? 348. Watch. We're gonna show you something. So this is the time. As a matter of fact, well, yeah. During the Maccabees, it was the time during the Greeks. The Greeks was in power at the time, right? And watch what happened. Read this.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48. And laid open the book of the law.
So these heathens opened the Bible. They had our Bible. Because at the time, they never read the Bible. They had our book. And there was, and let me tell you something. When we had our Bible, we had pictures in the Bible. They got Bibles that's like this big. This big. And in the Bible were pictures in it. Let me ask you something. Don't we got pictures in the house? We always got pictures in the house. I know growing up, my mama got albums and albums of people. If it's one thing we love doing, we love taking pictures, right? You know what I'm saying? You don't see white people doing that. It's always us. Selfies, slow motion camera. We love that camera. Am I right or wrong? We love that camera. So when they opened the book of the law, look what they did.
Wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Watch this. So they saw images of black angels, so they made them white angels. They see pictures of our forefathers, and look what they did. Look at it right here. What color is Christ right there? Well, what color is he right here? So he changed it. Come on, look at it very quick, brother. But we got these signs out here for you. Look at it right here. Look at it right here. He's looking at this Christ, and he said, okay, let's change it to him. You see that? So they said at that time, They already knew Christ had. You know, let me tell you right now. You see how like you go to the Catholic Church, they got like halos? You know why they got halos? Because the men of God had afros. And an afro looked like a halo. You understand what I'm saying? It's like a glow. So they try to take their image and then put like a glow around it, but actuality, it's an afro. Right. Because the forefathers wore afros. But look at this right here. Look at this. This is before. This is Mary and Christ before. This is before they changed the image. What color is her? What color she is? She black. And look at the baby with a crown on his head already. See that? Look what happened. They changed the images. They changed it. And you know why they changed it? You know how come they was able to do that? We don't like reading, bro. We don't like to read.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.